Hey folks, Duke CT here. And man, it's amazing how the fall of one heel group, isn't it? I mean, I was watching Impact and I was looking at Immortal, the group of Immortal, when they were getting chastised by Scott Steiner. And basically Bully Ray's offering his service, offering a shot with Immortal. And I looked at this and said two things came to mind. One, Scott Steiner joining a group that was supposed to fight against 2 or 3 months ago. That's just great. And two, how far the Immortal has fallen. I mean, remember, this is the same group that had Jeff Hardy, Abyss, Morgan, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Robert Roode, James Storm, Douglas Williams, Kaz. I mean, a heck of a lot of people, and really had a lot of credibility. Mostly on the unfortunate side, but still had some credibility. Now let's look at it. You have Immortal, who Matt Morgan left to face Jeff Hardy for the title. Then you had Douglas Williams turn face and face AJ Styles in a great television match for the TV. No, not television, but a great match for the TV title. I mean, on pay-per-view. And since then, Immortal started to decline slowly but surely, and then they 2.0 and Crimson took out Abyss, and then since then Abyss. Without taking out Abyss and everything else, Crimson saying they're coming. Let's just say they gave me an offer they wouldn't refuse. Let's just say they give me an offer that I couldn't refuse. Next thing you know, Scott Steiner shows up, and it looks like it's going to be the main event Mafia, but it's not going to be the main event Mafia. It was Fortune the entire time. Yes, Fortune, a group that didn't have any inklings of turning. Didn't have any type of lead-in or any type of friction at all with the rest of the Immortal guys at all, basically. Only thing you could count was AJ's basically bitching at Bischoff, but that would be a very, very, very weak turn, in my personal opinion. Very weak reason to turn face. Anyway, so the Fortune has left Immortal, but yet they still have Ric Flair. And also they added a couple pieces. They added Matt Hardy and Rob Terry. Yeah, Immortal started to fall apart. And the crown achievement, the crown failing of all of this is the Jeff Hardy incident, where Jeff Hardy fighting Sting for the world title, and guess what happens? Because he was so high, so stoned, that he basically could not compete. And then, well, you all know the story. 1 minute and 28-second main event match. TNA had to shut down the show really early. And basically, the Immortal storyline basically died right there. With Jeff Hardy being just basically gone, and there's no one really anywhere in the equivalent of a main event threat in Immortal. I mean, seriously. There's no one there. At this point, they should have just whipped Mr. Anderson. Sure, it would have been predictable, but damn it, it would have made more. It would have been a lot safer, because at least Mr. Anderson, he may be injured. He may get injured like 90% of the time, but at least you know he's not going to be a drunken idiot. And then now you added, like I said, they added Bully Ray, Rob Terry, and Matt Hardy, and supposedly now Matt Hardy is on suspension or leave or injured. I don't know where the heck he is, but he's not on Impact Wrestling for at least for a couple of weeks or a month or so. I don't know. But it just seems to me that this Immortal storyline has completely failed. It is completely has just become a huge anchor that's not even really a part of the show anymore. No one really talks about these Immortal or as a huge looming threat. I mean, just recently, their main guy, one of the main guys, Gunner, who just got embarrassed by Eric Young. Yeah. Is this supposedly the great group and everything else? And then, after that, that great idea, they haven't beat Mr. Anderson. Not only earlier that last week, not only did they Mr. Anderson got thrown to a table, but actually got beat clean by Gunner. I don't know what else to say for this, man. I don't know. But I do know this, that this Immortal storyline has completely, and this week he was a neat sidekick. That's the thing. Gunner, from being a world champion to not really being mentioned at all. Wasn't even used, wasn't even in a match, they didn't even capitalize on it. Say you won with the Miz and A-Rod feud, and everything else is so predictable. At least they're doing something with A-Rod. They're doing something with Alex Riley. Hell, they put him clean over the Miz. It's sure, it's predictable, but it worked, and it still works. Why can't TNA grasp this fact? Is it too hard? Is it too sane? What? How in the world can you not? You know what? I'm not going to keep yelling and screaming because it's just not going to really just make any sense. But I'll just say this: TNA's Immortal group has completely utterly bombed, and there are no real conflicts anymore. I think they just need to break that group up, have Hogan turn face, and just move on and nobody talks about it anymore. The whole storyline bombed, and they just need to just give it back to Dixie or whatever, which I probably plan to do anyway. Anyway, that's all I have to say here, folks. Duke CT here. Peace, love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Hopefully later tonight during the Duke CT Lounge. Peace.